What's going on, everybody? It's Atasha Watkins, your favorite realtor, and we are back again. It is another Monday. Hope everybody had a beautiful weekend and had lots of fun this weekend. It was a little bit messy Saturday, but I don't think that it affected the real estate market that much. We're still seeing we're still seeing a lot of people out there in these streets making it happen. So let's get right into it. People out there in these streets making it happen. For some reason, we're getting a little bit of feedback. Let's see if we can get that fixed first, and then we can get right into it. Uh, People out there in these streets making it happen. Sorry about that. All right, let's see if we can get into this right now. So today we have an interesting development for you. We're going to talk a little bit about the foreclosure market. So last year, we spoke highly in depth about foreclosure and where we think it's gonna the industry is gonna head in the next upcoming couple of months. So we want to dig in deep into that as well this week and just follow up on the grounds that we laid last year and get right into it. So we have this first chart. This is by Black Knight. And as you guys know, like the Matrix, even when we look at foreclosures are still down over these past couple of months. When we look at this chart, we look at active foreclosure inventory, we're down 2.2% over year. So like we spoke about this in depth last year where we said we don't predict that there's going to be a mass foreclosure, and a lot of people were looking for that in terms of hitting that pullback and being able to go out there and get an opportunity and get a deal. When we talked about the last 2 years, one of the things that everybody was saying is that this foreclosure market is going to be like 2008, 2009, but the circumstances were a little bit different back then. And after that period, people zipped up on a lot of those predatory rates and everything like that. When we look at foreclosure sales, those are also down 17%. And when we look at foreclosure start, which is a big one, the foreclosure start, 17 down 17.9%. And we spoke about this last year. One of the big reasons for that as well is the amount of equity that people have in their homes. You know, if they get into a little bit of a hard time, they can take advantage of that. When we look at this next chart, US foreclosure activity increased from 2022, but it's still down below pandemic level. So when we look at the start, we look at 2018, 2019, we could take a look at those years. We were about 624K, 493K, and we start to see that decline. 2020 and 2021, we saw those huge pullback in those foreclosure numbers. We were about 214, and then 2021, which was the lowest we've seen in since 2005, we're at 151K foreclosures. Now we're starting to see a bounce back in foreclosures because everything is reopening. The moratorium is over. You know, everything is being processed and everything like that as well. And I'm dealing with a lot of clients, especially in New York, where we know that the eviction process and everything in the city is backed up for months. So not only with that, but also with the situation of people having so much equity in their homes, that they can tap into and take advantage of. I don't see the foreclosures being a huge deal coming in to the 2024, 2025. I see it going back to around like 2019, maybe 2017 level where we get back to about 600,000 foreclosure. And that's still nowhere near 2028 and 2029, where we're at 2.8 million foreclosures in America those years. So we're way far off where we needed to be for there to be a real estate crisis or anything like that. All right, this one is big. Over 1 million fewer foreclosures over the last 5 years. So when we look at this and back to 2017, we were about 676 um, foreclosure. We're still a million fewer foreclosure than the combined last 5 years. So we're about 383,000 short in 2020, 446,000 short in 2021, and we're about 273,000 short in 2022, and around the same thing in 2023. And I think that this is going to continue over the next couple of years until we get back to that foreclosure line. So if you look at that black dotted line right there, that's where the average is supposed to be over the last from 2017 to 2019. So I think that's where we're going to get back, and that's going to be a healthy foreclosure rate. Look, things are going to happen. The economy is what the economy is. Foreclosure is what foreclosure is. Housing market, people are always going to fall behind. But as we look at this chart, it says a lot because we're still nowhere near where we were before with the foreclosure levels. And this says it, this ties it in really, really nicely. The prospect of any kind of near-term surge in foreclosures actively remains low, with start values still nearly 40% below pre-pandemic level. So, if you're in, and this is according to Black Knight as well, 2023, December 2023, they made the statement. You know, if you are a homeowner, I think you should evaluate where the equity are, especially if you're going through a hard time. You have a lot of options coming into the market, you know. And then I want you to keep this in mind, people who are thinking about buying as well. I know inventory levels are a little bit low. We've been tracking everything in the Friday market report, letting you know where those inventories levels are. I think that's going to be see a surge and a comeback, but for us to say that there's going to be a huge market in terms of foreclosures and everything like that, I don't see that happening. And the prices are just where the prices are. These sellers right nowadays, they have a lot of equity in their home and they can tap into that one. So I don't see that the market exploding in any time in foreclosure anytime soon. But that's pretty much it. We're going to leave it there for today. This is Atash Watkins, your local realtor. Need any advice, need a price analysis on your property, just feel free to reach out to us. Again, this is Atash Watkins, your local realtor. I'll see you guys again next Monday. I'm out of here. Peace.